Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Math ICL Integrated Content and Language Learning. I am Samin Park, and I will introduce the Math ICL today. Okay. So, thank you. All right, this one is today's agenda. The first one, we're gonna cover the pre-lecture. You guys will learn some vocabulary. Do you have the handout? Yes, great, good. Okay, and have you ever played Kahoot before? Yes, okay, all right. So based on your learning vocabulary, you guys will play Kahoot, and I have the prize for a winner, okay? Okay, now let's learn some vocabulary. You will have all the words that we're gonna learn already, but in the second column, we called type of words, so such as nouns or verbs, adjectives. The third one, meaning. It's blank, right? So which means you need to fill out all the blank. Okay, are you ready? Let's learn one by one. Happy, okay. Well, happy, maybe happier. Exponential, that's a good guess, but not true. What? Oh, I think I've heard it. Surjective, I don't think so. Sur means above, okay? Bijective, bi means two, okay? So here, derivative, okay? What's the meaning? Something developed from something else, okay? So you can compare two smile guys. The one in the left side, it's just simple, but the next guy, it's more decorated. Now you may want to think about that, how you can use derivative, this word, in mathematics. Okay, now let's move on. What is it? Matrix, okay, very easy, right? Numbers or symbols in arrows and columns. Okay, now it's time to play Kahoot. Woohoo, let's go to Kahoot. Please make your nickname in English, okay? Okay, we have crease, in, dot, okay. The set of y values. Wow, now it might be a little bit harder than the previous questions, okay? The set of y values, okay? Goat, the new guy, who are you? Okay, great, congratulations, good. Okay, the next one. You might be too fast. This time it's range, okay? Who chose domain? Okay, good again, congratulations. Good, next.
Get what they want, hit and run away. Not gonna lie, if I was your guy, I would never treat you like the others. If you wanna ride, I'ma take you all the way. So let me go down, 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 down. You don't even need to ask me, I'ma go round, round, round.
I hope you have a chance to learn some vocabulary. You guys are learning vocabulary. Now it's time to use all the words, okay? So now I will introduce our wonderful math professor.
So this talk is really about how I spell aloud various sort of mathematical concepts and mathematical discussions in English. Okay, so before I go into the main bits of content, I'd like to just say one thing. So, I don't know if you're going to agree with this, but mathematics is not so easy to learn. Do you agree? Oh, okay, I'm surprised because usually if you're in KAIST, maybe you excelled in mathematics. So some of you might feel, oh, I never felt difficulty in mathematics. But actually in KAIST, you might be challenged to sort of learn very difficult mathematics. And anyway, without being challenged, you cannot really learn. So this is a very good thing on one hand. Okay, so anyway, learning mathematics in itself is difficult. And communicating in English can also be difficult unless you're brought up in bilingual setting or maybe you had lived in some English-speaking country. Okay, so with two things combined, doing mathematics in English might be horribly difficult, you might guess. Okay, but actually the fact is, doing mathematics in English is roughly as difficult as doing mathematics. Okay, so this is a very, very interesting and very good thing. And also myself being a sort of graduate student who went to the US, and that was my first experience of living in an English-speaking country. I can say that most Korean students who do PhD in the US in mathematics, they first learn to do mathematics in English first, and then they learn to use English for daily life. Okay? So mathematical sentences in English are almost like equations. Okay? Cartesian coordinate is invented by this philosopher in mathematics, Descartes. And that's why it's called Cartesian coordinate. Okay? And it has the Cartesian coordinate on plane have two axes, called x-axis and y-axis. Yes? And the plural of axis is axis. You don't have to pronounce it differently, very conveniently. And the points on this plane can be written as r squared or r cross r, which basically means a pair of real numbers. Okay? So if you have any points on this coordinate plane, then you can express it as its x coordinate and y coordinate. So you can naturally associate a pair of real numbers. Okay? So on this Cartesian coordinate plane, you have line, you have planes, and two lines can be either parallel or they can intersect. Okay? And there are many other interesting sort of geometric objects, curves, on this Cartesian coordinate plane. And one of the most kind of interesting and important ones are called conic sections. Let me explain to you why it's called conic sections. So you can imagine on sort of three-dimensional space, let's imagine some kind of cone. And you slice it by a plane. And depending on how you slice, you can probably get a circle. So if you start with a cone and slice it with the sort of horizontal plane, then you get a circle. And if you slightly tilt it, then you're going to get ellipse. And if you tilt it further, then you may get parabola. And if you tilt it even further, then you get hyperbola. And I think you probably can know this by heart, but let me just read this equation in English. Sine A plus B equals sine A times cosine B plus cosine A times sine B. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we know what polynomials are in previous talk. And the polynomial that I gave on top is a polynomial in x of degree 5. Degree is the exponent of the monomial of the highest degree. I mean, this is circular. Let me introduce a phrase that's most typical to use for concluding presentation. Thank you for your attention.
Here is the agenda. The first one is, as usual, you guys will review the lecture. And also the second part is pretty interesting, Math Olympiad. Do you like Olympiad? Yes, okay. You guys will solving, some problems. And as always, you guys will do some evaluation. Okay, so let's start. Do you know who he is? Oh, Hamish. If you know his name, then you guys watch the video. It will be pretty well. Okay. And the second, she's the lady. Do you know her name? Katniss Everdeen. Good. All right. So the Hamish said that in order to win the Hunger Game, Katniss needs to learn calculus in the future. So Hamish will hire a KAIST student to tutor Katniss. Okay? In order to find the tutor, let's review the lecture first. Okay? Like you guys sitting in 6 groups. So using notes, I hope and I'm sure you guys had the wonderful notes already. Okay, even though I saw some students were sleeping, it was pretty shocking. Okay, so you need to complete 2 parts of the lecture. So here, group 1 and 2, you guys will complete A and B. And then here, you guys will, group 3 and 4, you guys will complete C and D. Okay, and then the right set, G5, group 5, and group 6, you guys will complete E and F. Okay? So make sure everyone in your group understands and can explain the ideas in English. Okay, babies.
Let me go down, 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 down. You know that it makes me happy hearing you loud, 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 loud. When you feel my love, darling, you come first. Let me give you what you deserve. If I'ma love you, make you feel like you're the only one, then you come first. Wanna die, yeah, let me.
Okay, so Hamish said, everyone did it so well. I will give you another test. Because everybody did so good job, okay? So now let's move to the second part of this post ICL, which is Math Olympiad. We're gonna still sitting in the same group. In groups, you will be solving 1 math problem. So each group, you guys will have 1 math problem. Okay. Use your notes and the pages to solve the problem. Okay. Also, once you find the solution, please check your answer with TA. Okay. Okay, we'll give you the answer whether it's correct or not. Once you have the correct answer, then you guys will get 2 posters. Okay. So 1, write your problem on the poster. Okay, only the problem. Okay, and then the second one, write your solution on another poster. Okay, we're gonna give you 10 minutes.
Bring it right back to my days. I wanna know how to get you to that place. So what do you like? Tell me your vice. I don't wanna love in my duration. If you wanna ride, I'ma take you all the way. So let me go down, 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 down.
So if you look at the back page of your handout, you will see the blank answer. So write your answers on the group handout. I'm gonna give you 15 minutes, so everybody stand up and feel free to solve the questions.
I'ma go round, 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 round till you feel my love, darling. You come first. Come, let me give you what you deserve. Come, if I'ma love you, make you feel like you're the only one, then you.
Okay, so each group comes to the front of the room and presents their solution of the question. Okay, everyone must have a speaking role, as I mentioned. So here, now it's a presentation time.
We define domain X, that is number of increased prices. X0 is not changed from $40. So, and X is equal to 1 is when the price of book increase $5. So it is $45. So we define the function. At first, 300 is the primary value of books, and minus 25x, it is the poor books also, and and 40 is primary value, and plus 5x is the increase the prices. So we figure this graphs, it is the quadratic function. It is called Korean 이차함수. So we solve it.
I be going back and forth if I should keep you. You know I'm careful who I go and give the keys to. I need a man to be around when I need him, and make sure that I come first in the sheets too. Every night you probably pray for this, but understand you ain't dealing with no basic